This evening, first up, the Ghana Energy Conference and Supply Chain Expo has officially kicked off today at the Marriott Hotel in Georgetown. We'll delve into the discussions, the potential for fostering partnerships, and driving innovations in Ghana's energy landscape. In aviation news, Sky High Aviation Service has launched 3 weekly flights connecting Dominican Republic with Guyana, marking a new era of connectivity between the two nations. We'll explore the anticipated benefits of this new air travel link. We report on a tragic accident on the Quarantine Public Road that claimed the life of a 28-year-old man in Berbice. We'll bring you the details of the accident and the ongoing investigation. A significant development in Ghana's tourism sector as the government and Qatari investors have broken grounds for a massive resort and convention center in Georgetown. We'll examine the implications of this project for Ghana's tourism and economic growth. Lastly, we'll take a look at El Salvador's Bitcoin experiment and its impact on tourism and expedited citizenship, despite warning from the IMF. We'll delve into the outcome and international response to this bold economic move. Welcome to this broadcast of Channel 2's Headline News Update for February 19th, 2024. I am Baby Bacchus. Thank you for joining us. First up, the opening ceremony for the Ghana Energy Conference and Supply Chain Expo took place earlier today. Scheduled for February 19th to 22nd at the Marriott Hotel in Georgetown, the expo is poised to be a pivotal event for Ghana's energy sector. With representation from over 21 countries, nearly 200 exhibitors and 30 sponsors, the conference offers a prime opportunity for Guyana to demonstrate its energy potential to global partners. Themed Fueling Transformation and Modernization, the event seeks to address critical issues such as climate change mitigation and local content development. Speaking at the opening ceremony, President Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali said, "We have to build the infrastructure to facilitate the movement, to facilitate the trade, and to facilitate the region." CEO Kurt Babulal highlighted the inclusive nature of the expo, emphasizing its value for networking and collaboration, particularly for small and medium-sized businesses. Overall, the conference promises to be a rewarding experience for all participants, fostering partnerships and driving innovation in Guyana's energy sector. The opening ceremony saw remarks from several high-ranking officials from CARICOM and Qatar. As the Oil and Gas Conference extends until February 22nd, individuals are advised of road closures in certain areas. These closures include no entry north of Water and Barak Streets, no entry north of Battery Road and High Streets, no entry west of Seawalls Road and Camp Street. Traffic officers will be stationed at strategic locations to facilitate the efficient movement of traffic. Also making the headlines, Ghana is embracing a new era of connectivity with the Dominican Republic as Sky High Aviation Services launched 3 weekly flights between the two nations yesterday. The airline's move is poised to strengthen ties and foster growth in tourism and business sectors. The newly inaugurated flights will operate between Santo Domingo's Las Americas International Airport and Ghana's Chedijagan International Airport on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. Speaking at the inaugural ceremony held at the Chedijagan International Airport, Minister of Public Works Bishop Juan Edgehill expressed optimism about the positive impact of the new service on Ghana's tourism industry. He emphasized the potential for long-term growth and expansion resulting from enhanced air connectivity. As Ghana embraces this new chapter in air travel connectivity, anticipation is high for the positive impact on tourism, business, and economic growth. Moving on, the Guyanese government and Qatari investors have broken ground for a massive resort and convention center in Georgetown, marking a significant step towards developing the country's tourism sector. Known as the Georgetown Seafront Resort and Convention Center, the project symbolizes the strengthened partnership between Guyana and Qatar, reflecting a new era of transformation. President Ali emphasized the project's alignment with Guyana's ecotourism focus and the commitment to preserving the country's natural beauty. He highlighted ongoing efforts to revamp infrastructure, including drainage systems, and create green spaces to protect the environment. The new resort, spearheaded by Assets Group Incorporated, is expected to feature 261 hotel rooms, 150 service apartments, premium villas, and a state-of-the-art convention center upon completion in 3 years. President Ali also announced the addition of over 1,300 world-class hotel rooms to Guyana's market by the end of 2024, underscoring the government's commitment to diversifying investment opportunities. Notable international brands such as Marriott, Hyatt, Hilton, and Best Western Hotels are set to contribute to the expansion, reflecting growing confidence in Ghana's economy. With ongoing construction projects totaling over $250 million, the government anticipates achieving its goal of 2,000 hotel rooms by 2025, further positioning Guyana as a prime tourist destination. Stick around when we return. Enterprise community mourns as a 22-year-old dies in tragic drowning accident, and fatal crash claims the life of 28-year-old man in Berbice.
Come celebrate 1770 with us. It's our birthday. Yeah, celebrate 1770 with us. Yeah. It's our 17th anniversary, and we're celebrating in style by giving away $17 million in 17 days. Top up with $1,000 or more for a chance to be one of 17 lucky winners of $1 million. Don't miss your chance. Top up today. Digicel, 17 years of bringing you the best. Come celebrate 1770 with us. It's our birthday.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny?
I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Furnishing your home or office has never been easier. Here at Kissoon's, our inventory of locally made and imported furniture, offered at amazing prices, will leave you wanting more. From vinyl, floor rugs and carpets, bedroom, dining and living room sets, mattresses, pillows, office desk, chairs and filing cabinets, outdoor benches and tables. We have a piece of furniture for every room imaginable in your home or office. Check out our flagship store at Industrial Site Rijnveld or one of our branches in New Amsterdam, Port Morant, Riverton and Camp Street. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 50 years.
Sneakily with a gift of sight from Modern Optical Services. Let our professional team examine and prescribe what's best for your eyes. Our smiles make fashionable faces. See us for a full line of optical services, including brand name and prescription eyewear. Modern Optical Services, 316 Middle Street, Georgetown, telephone 226-1082.
Welcome back. A 28-year-old man died in a high-speed car crash in Berbice after losing control of his vehicle. Dale Jarvis has more details.
A tragic accident on the Quarantine Public Road resulted in the death of 28-year-old Lactan Primokar of Crabwood Creek, Quarantine, Berbice on Sunday, February 18th. Reports are that around 5:25 a.m., Primokar was driving his car PAD 3732 along the Kilcoy-Chesney Public Road. Inquiries revealed that Primokar was traveling at a high speed in the westward direction along the southern drive lane of the Kilcoy-Chesney Public Road. Allegedly, he lost control of the vehicle, causing it to veer off onto the northern side of the road where it collided with a concrete bridge. The impact of the crash ejected Prem Kumar from his car, landing him in a nearby drain. He sustained severe injuries to his body as a result. Police arrived at the scene and transported Prem Kumar to the Port Morant Public Hospital, where medical personnel pronounced him dead upon arrival. Currently, Prem Kumar's body is at Ramu's funeral home awaiting a post-mortem examination. Reporting for Headline News Update, Dale Jarvis.
Thanks, Dale. Continuing on our coverage of road fatalities, police authorities are currently investigating a tragic incident that unfolded around 8:50 p.m. on Sunday, February 18, along the access road at Enterprise East Coast Demerara. The incident involved motorcar PRR 6860 driven by 22-year-old Timothy Koblal, a resident of Enterprise Squatting area, who has since passed away. Initial inquiries suggested that the vehicle was traveling westward at high speed when the driver lost control, causing the car to veer into the nearby trench on the southern side of the road. Subsequently, the vehicle submerged underwater with Koblal trapped inside. Bystanders acted swiftly and courageously to extract him from the submerged vehicle and rushed him to the Georgetown Public Hospital. However, tragically, he was pronounced dead on arrival at the hospital. Authorities are continuing their investigations into the circumstances surrounding this fatal accident. The body is awaiting a post-mortem examination as the investigations continue. Let's prioritize safety on the roads by obeying speed limits, driving responsibly, and respecting traffic laws. Your actions can make a significant difference in preventing accidents and saving lives. Don't go away after the break. Palestine demands end to Israeli occupation at ICG's hearing, and Singapore braces for impact as global economic recovery remains fragile.
Come celebrate 1770 with us. It's our 17th anniversary and we are celebrating with up to 40% discount on handsets. Get the Samsung A05 for just $16,000 or go for the Samsung A15 for just $29,000 or the Samsung A245 for just $35,000. But wait, there's more. You also get 1 month free data plan with any handset purchase. Limited time offer. Hurry to a Digicel store today. 17 years of bringing you the best. 1770 with us.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny? I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Sneakily with a gift of sight from Modern Optical Services. Let our professional team examine and prescribe what's best for your eyes. Our smiles make fashionable faces. See us for a full line of optical services, including brand name and prescription eyewear. Modern Optical Services, 316 Middle Street, Georgetown, telephone 226-1082.
Furnishing your home or office has never been easier. Here at Kissoon's, our inventory of locally made and imported furniture, offered at amazing prices, will leave you wanting more. From vinyl, floor rugs and carpets, bedroom, dining and living room sets, mattresses, pillows, office desk, chairs and filing cabinets, outdoor benches and tables. We have a piece of furniture for every room imaginable in your home or office. Check out our flagship store at Industrial Site Rijnveld or one of our branches in New Amsterdam, Port Morant, Riverton and Camp Street. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 50 years.
Welcome back. Now we take a look at what's happening in the region and around the world. The adoption of Bitcoin as a national currency in 2021 has had a positive impact on tourism in El Salvador. Al Jazeera's Manuel Rupalo reports.
Surf City, El Salvador. This seaside village is not only a surfer's paradise. Those who follow cryptocurrencies closely know it better as
Bitcoin Beach.
Bitcoin Beach.
Bitcoin Beach.
Bitcoin Beach.
Bitcoin Beach. It's Bitcoin. Y el Bitcoin. It's Bitcoin, 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 right? From a tourism perspective, we know how to tell our tourists apart. We know who's a surfer and we know who's a Bitcoiner.
Salvadoran authorities say Bitcoin has been a net positive for tourism since it was made a national currency in 2021.
What is Bitcoin City going to
And Salvadoran President Nayib Bukele, who was recently elected to a second term, is betting big on using Bitcoin as a tool for development. Part of that plan includes a new law that grants expedited citizenship to foreigners who choose to invest in the country using Bitcoin.
There's a remarkable transition going on here, economically, just in terms of sentiment. Soy Salvador.
John is from Canada, and as of January of this year, he's also a bona fide citizen of El Salvador.
I decided that I really want to be part of what's happening here and support. I'm all in.
Me gusta la playa, el sol y Bitcoin.
There's clearly enthusiasm for Bitcoin here, but the love is not universal. Critics say there's a lack of transparency altogether when it comes to matters of Bitcoin and the government.
It's become a black hole for public finance. Everything that has been used for Bitcoin with taxpayer money becomes lost without a trace.
Some argue that big promises related to Bitcoin have yet to materialize, like construction of a mega project dubbed Bitcoin City, powered by geothermal energy from an active volcano. More than 2 years after the adoption of the currency, the use of Bitcoin among a majority of Salvadorans is low. Most still prefer to use paper money. There's also the warnings from the International Monetary Fund over the volatility of cryptocurrencies and the risk of adopting one as legal tender. But despite all this, El Salvador's Bitcoin experiment continues to attract attention.
Whether or not El Salvador's Bitcoin gamble is paying off for the nation's economy is debatable. One thing that is certain is that Bitcoin Beach has become a haven for cryptocurrency enthusiasts from around the world.
Though El Salvador is not the only country which offers a citizenship by investment scheme, it may be the only one that currently accepts Bitcoin for surf lessons. Manuel Rapalo, Al Jazeera, El Salvador's Surf City.
The International Court of Justice has begun 6 days of hearing in The Hague, looking into the legality of Israel's 57-year-old occupation of Palestinian land. 52 states and 3 international organizations will provide testimony and legal opinions on the matter. Al Jazeera's Step Besson reports.
A Palestinian delegation accompanied by international law experts traveled to the UN's highest court in The Hague, taking the first step towards, they hope, stopping one of the world's longest and bloodiest occupations. For the first time in its history, the International Court of Justice will have to rule on the legality of Israel's confiscation of Palestinian land. Opening the oral hearings, the Palestinian foreign minister described Israel's occupation as a system of apartheid that has turned Palestinians into second-class citizens.
For over a century, the inalienable right of the Palestinian people to self-determination has been denied and violated. Palestine was not a land without a people. It was not. As Israeli leaders have described it, a wasteland. There was life on this land. The only solution consistent with international law is for this illegal occupation to come to an immediate, unconditional, and total end.
Israel captured the West Bank, Gaza and East Jerusalem in 1967, areas of historic Palestine, which Palestinians want for a state. Armed with maps, Malki showed the court how over the decades Israel has confiscated Palestinian land.
Israel wanted the geography of Palestine, but not its demography. So it kept pushing our people out of their homes, out of their land. Here is the 5th map. It was displayed by Israel's Prime Minister to the General Assembly last September. He called this the new Middle East. There is no Palestine at all on this map.
Paul Reichler, a US lawyer who has regularly argued cases at the ICJ, said it's clear Israel has no intention to ever leave the land.
Whatever offenses against international law Israel commits, the United States comes forward to shield it from accountability.
This case is different to the one of genocide South Africa filed.
Last month, the UN Highest Court ordered Israel to stop all potential genocidal acts in Gaza. Another decision by this court, although non-binding, to stop the unlawful occupation of Palestinian land, will carry moral authority and will further increase international pressure on the government of Benjamin Netanyahu.
More than 50 countries will present submissions in the coming days. Step fast on Al Jazeera, The Hague.
The Singaporean government has announced several measures in its latest budget to assist citizens in making ends meet, particularly those from low-income and large households. Al Jazeera's Patrick Falk reports.
The budget announcement in Parliament included a series of measures aimed at helping Singaporeans make ends meet, including cash handouts, utility bill rebates and more, with a focus on supporting both lower income and large households.
Well, Singapore is a tiny, small economy that depends on external trade. Trade is 3 times the size of the economy. So whether, the US economy or the large key markets for Singapore trade, if they sneezes, if we see into them slipping in a recession or consumption in these key markets slip, it will be felt in Singapore.
Following weak exports in December, Singapore revised downward its full-year growth for 2023. But a major concern is China, with its sluggish domestic consumption and exports growth alongside weak property market conditions. The world's second-largest economy is one of Singapore's key trading partners. And what happens in China has a significant bearing on the rest of Asia. According to a World Bank report published in October, a 1% reduction in China's growth could drag the region downward by as much as 0.3 percentage points. Economists have for years predicted China would one day surpass the US as the world's largest economy. Many now question that.
I don't think it is going to happen. China has to work through this period and allow the housing market to stabilize. Whether it will be done in a couple of years, I don't think so. I think it could be 10 years before they actually sort of resolve this problem. And so I think we have to accept the fact that we're going to be seeing slower growth in China.
Another Asian economic powerhouse, Japan, lost its ranking to Germany as the world's third largest economy after unexpectedly slipping into recession. Contracting growth complicates the Bank of Japan's plans to raise interest rates for the first time since 2007.
The cure for a recession is to cut interest rates. And at the same time, the Japanese yen is not performing well against its the US dollar. So what are they going to do? I mean, they're caught between a rock and a hard place now.
The region's hopes of a brighter economic future could now hinge on India. Its growth is expected to outpace China's both this year and next. Still, the global economic recovery remains fragile as central banks continue to tighten policy and as geopolitical tensions cast a shadow over economic prospects worldwide. Patrick Falk, Singapore, Al Jazeera.
This brings us to the end of our regional and global news coverage. Up next is a 3-day weather forecast. And that's it, TV2 Headline News for this Monday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to follow us on Facebook and YouTube. You can tune in tomorrow at 6:30 a.m. for a rebroadcast and at 7 p.m. for more news. Until then, please take care of yourself and each other.